Young Thug is going through it inside of the courtroom, beginning with Lil Woody admitting to lying to the police. Lil Woody, formerly known as YSL Woody, snitched and signed a plea deal out of the YSL case. Well, he was forced back to the YSL RICO trial today, and Young Thug didn't like it at all. The prosecutors began by asking the most ridiculous questions, making Lil Woody get angry.
I can't sit here and tell y'all nothing. I don't know what y'all want me. I don't know what y'all looking for. I didn't see nobody. I didn't see nobody rob nobody. I didn't see none of these boys do anything. I did some stupid things. I got caught for the stupid things that I was doing, and I just went from there. Like, I didn't. And then y'all got me up here, and I done told y'all before y'all put me up here, y'all can't talk to me on like a Tuesday or something. You can't talk to me in the streets. And I told you, like, I lied. And I told you that. And then y'all still brought me in here.
Isn't it true that you did not want to testify because you don't want to deal with the reality of being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hill, I was been labeled a snitch way before I had to come to trial, when y'all linked that video out to the social media. So the world look at me as a snitch no matter what goes on to this day. But me coming here, like, I have put my faith in God's hands, and I come here and I let it be known. I guess got no choice but to be letting know to y'all now that I have told y'all time after time that I done lied.
As the prosecutors have barely any evidence against Young Thug, however, they keep bringing Woody in to try to bring up some sort of evidence against Young Thug. But it seems as if Lil Woody has had enough. He would eventually snap against the prosecutors, and even the judge had to step in.
And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole life. Judge, I get a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all,
Stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down.
And once he finishes his breath, Your Honor, the state, we conclude our questioning, Your Honor.
As Lil Woody got so angry that he had to stand up and walk away. The prosecutors are forcing him to come to trial every single day just so that he can try to give some sort of evidence against Thug, making Young Thug look extremely angry and annoyed. However, Lil Woody would end up saving the day for Young Thug, as it would be announced Woody is getting tired of explaining why he told on Young Thug over and over.
Why did you ask for Thug to pay your bond after you had told on them in the June 10th interview?
I didn't tell on them. I was going through a phase in my life, like I told you before, and I told you in the back. I made it all up. I sat right there and said whatever came to the top of my head, that I pieced certain things together and said what I said. If you listen to both of them calls, they contradict each other. If you listen to the interview, you hear what the police keep saying. And that's why I put everything on Thug. The man ain't had nothing to do with my stupidity. I'm sitting right here today telling y'all the truth, and y'all still sitting right here playing with this lady. Like I told y'all, I made it up. I put it on him. Okay. I'm not scared of nobody. Nobody forced me to say none of this stuff. This is not right.
Okay.
As this is massive news for Young Thug, it changes the entire YSL RICO trial, as the prosecutors were banking on the evidence that Woody told them as evidence against Young Thug, but now Lil Woody's in the courtroom explaining that he lied about everything that he ever said on Young Thug. This means they now have to go review all of the evidence over again, and Lil Woody has to say what was real and what was a lie. However, 2 hours later, there would finally be serious evidence coming out, not only against Young Thug, but also Gunna and Lil Baby. But to understand everything, you first need to realize in May 2022, Young Thug, Gunna, alongside several YSL members, were arrested on RICO charges. But within 2 weeks, Gunna ended up snitching out of the court case on Young Thug and even giving information on Lil Baby.
YSL is a music label, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present, along with Jeffrey Williams, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
As the following day after Gunna snitched out of his plea deal and went home, it would then be announced by DJ Academics that Lil Baby, as well as members of 4PF, are next on the Atlanta DA's RICO list.
An in-depth investigation. Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There are going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
as it was this moment where the trio of Young Thug, Gunna, and Lil Baby would end up collapsing and the friend group would be broken, as DJ Academics would then confirm, showing the police evidence file of Fort PF on the official document while confirming it on a stream that it is a rap group with a 3-letter name.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
When the evidence was then leaked to the public and 4PF were on the evidence files, Lil Baby would drop a song titled 350, where he would state the lyrics, "Ain't never said nothing about it, boy you know you a rat," which would end up going viral on social media, showing that Lil Baby is obviously angry at the situation. However, this is where everything would turn. Young Thug's father would end up doing an interview where he would tell Lil Baby to stay quiet.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal? For his plea?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. Ask Lil Baby, have he ever came to a court date?
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I want y'all to ask these damn rappers and these bloggers with this whole snitch shit and this. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name it? Go on their social media pages and say, why in the haven't you been at the courthouse to support your dude? And I guarantee you won't get an answer.
However, Young Thug's father wouldn't stop here. He would then go on to reveal this about Gunna.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing. People don't understand the relationship. They got this thing saying that Gunna is a rat and he's done this and done that.
But see, let me try to help the attorney clarify that a little simpler.
Okay.
Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case. Period.
As Young Thug's father is stating that Gunna's plea deal didn't affect Young Thug and Lil Baby, but rappers in the industry had much different opinions, as 6ix9ine would meet up with DJ Academics to share his thoughts on Gunna.
He just implicated YSL being so now he's home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying, I'm a record label.
As in the next phase of the YSL RICO trial is when we're going to see Gunna as well as Lil Baby return to the courtroom, as this is where it feels the most corrupt, even leading into Young Thug banging his head on the table inside of the courtroom, as lawyers have noted that this is the most corrupt court case that they've ever witnessed. When it would be announced, judge has ruled on attorney Max's motion for a fair trial. She's sending the entire prosecution team to Brady training, leading into a lawyer saying, another embarrassment for the YSL trial prosecutors today.
But make sure before it shows up on a screen with a jury that whatever limits have been placed on this, you abide by them. I mean, I saw the slide from the opening that had something on it that had been specifically talked about and ruled that you had better not in any way put that before the jury, and lo and behold, it's up there on the screen. Not going to get back into it, but that should not happen again. If you know that comments aren't supposed to be on here, you need to make sure before you throw any slide up. And I'm not saying that this was how you were going to use it. I know you're just giving this to us right now, but just make sure everything is clean to the way that it is supposed to be. Okay. And
As in simple terms, the judge is sending the prosecutors to go to a classroom to complete a small class course on how to remind them to do their literal job. This isn't a joke either. The judge is sending the prosecutors to a classroom with a teacher so the teacher can remind them what evidence they are and are not allowed to use inside of a court case, as this is where it feels corrupt. The prosecutors have literally no idea what they're doing, but the judge refuses to allow a mistrial just so then Young Thug faces a prison sentence. However, it would get even crazier from here, where it would be announced on late Friday, Attorney Max told Judge Page that he filed another new motion for a fair trial. This motion comes after attorneys found out about another ex parte meeting on June 7th.
So I recently filed a while we were in court a motion for a fair trial seeking remedies. Oh, and I will email, it was just filed. And I will email it over.
As Max is a part of Young Thug's legal team, he's bringing up an issue because the prosecutors had an illegal meeting to gain evidence on Young Thug with outside sources. Once again, illegal. But his motion was quickly denied right after submitting it, making Max, as well as Thug's other lawyers, come the following day screaming inside of the courtroom.
Well, you know, the problem, Your Honor, is that since this was an ex parte meeting that should probably have never taken place, you were not there, I was not there, my fellow outside agitators weren't there, we don't have a video of it, so I have no idea specifically if that was not referred to us. We don't know, do we? We don't know. And what I do know is that I have been arguing with people for 18 months that Chief Judge Glanville was doing his best, that he was trying to rule to the best of his ability based on the evidence and the law before him, and now I have been made to look like an idiot. So I do not believe that this trial should continue, Your Honor.
As this would even get the attention of rappers in the industry. 4-2 Doug would go on to say,
have you been tapped into the YSL case at all, and how do you think that's been?
I've been trying to watch a little bit.
Do you think it's being mishandled?
I think it should have been dismissed. The shit with the judge that just happened.
That just happened.
Crazy, like trying to send his lawyer to jail. From the outside looking in, it's looking like they got something against him.